What's up guys, this is Jay from Encounter Wargaming, and today I'm going to be continuing my Relics of the Dark Age series with a nice little blast from the past. This is the Horus Heresy board game. Yeah, that's right, by Fantasy Flight Games, so stay tuned for that. So there it is, guys, the Horus Heresy board game. Now obviously this was decades before the current Horus Heresy battle game, which is of course Warhammer 40,000 with units from 10,000 years before. This game is actually made by Fantasy Flight Games, so I find that interesting since nowadays that's pretty much Games Workshop's biggest competitor. Now I do understand that Games Workshop had a deal with Fantasy Flight in the past. I believe they manufactured Games Workshop's collector card game. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's the case. So in this case, it looks like this game actually came out back in '93. Now I wish I could say as a collector that this actual box was from '93, but this game was actually printed up until 2010. So judging by what I actually got in this box, I think it came out around 2000. This one was actually made around 2009. So there's a little story behind this. This guy James that we play with in the Hogtown 40K group was actually giving this board game away. I guess he had it for a few years and decided this is just taking up space. So he went on the Hogtown group and on Facebook and he put up, does anyone want this? And of course Adam took it. And now it has fallen into my hands. So I thought it would be cool for all you old Hammer folks out there to check out this board game if you're into board games. Even if you're not, if you're into Warhammer 40,000 and the Horus Heresy and all that kind of stuff, then this might be cool to check out. So let's open it up and see what's inside. See how the board games used to work back in the day. Sweet. So right off the bat, we've got all kinds of counters. Here we go. The rules of play. Beautiful. Let's take a look through this book, shall we? Before we get into the actual box set itself. Alright, as usual, all the game components, make sure you have everything. So if you see here, this game actually uses almost epic scale type miniatures. That there being a Titan. Basically you've got like a map of the Imperial Palace that you're fighting over. This is literally the Siege of Holy Terra. Right at the end of the Heresy there. This is the monumental battle in the history of the Imperium. So actually, maybe I can get a little bit tighter on these pages for you guys. There we go. The Primarchs, Rogel Dorn, Jagatai, Sanguinius, Angraun, Fulgrim, Mortarion, and Magnus the Red. We've also got the Emperor, Fabricator General, and Horus. So all the big players are coming into this game. Awesome. So we've got Legion designators. That's pretty cool. Activation markers. So obviously I haven't read through to actually read through this book to see the mechanics of this game, but I hear it takes an awful long time to play. So maybe we can get it on camera. Maybe if Adam and I are bored one day, we can actually play this game, but no promises. Apparently it's going to take a really long time, so I don't know if we can film something that's going to take us 6 hours, but hey, we can give it a shot, right? Regardless, there's all the miniatures. So we've got Space Marines, Titans, Traitor Marines, Cultists, that's awesome, Adeptus Mechanicus, Imperial Army, Chaos Titans, Thunderhawks, awesome, got everything. Excellent. Set up the boards, there's the board there, I'll be pulling that out in a second. Sweet. Initiative steps and actions, initiative markers, cool. Orders. Strategic regions of the map, event cards. Sweet, I'm definitely going to have to learn how this board game works. This could be a fun Saturday afternoon right here. Movement. Alright, now we're getting into maps. This is examples. Flying movement, flying transports. That must be the Thunderhawk. Awesome. Redeploy orders. Combat cards. Active player plays combat cards or retreats. Step 2, active player carries out his special effects. Okay, so it seems relatively basic, even though there seems to be a lot of components and a lot of moving parts to this. It's probably relatively straightforward. I mean, it is meant as a board game, not a miniature game as such, right? Even though there are game pieces, they're not exactly miniatures. Supported heroes, unsupported heroes, moving heroes, fortifications, orbital bombardments, cool. Alright, defense lasers, trader armies, tank divisions, deck management, winning the game, and the glossary. Cool. So there's the rules, guys. Now we have a scenario guide. The scenario guide. Let me just pull back out there. There we go. Bam. Check out the scenarios for this game. Oh, I love that artwork. Look at this artwork. It's from back in like Rogue Trader. I love that picture of the Emperor standing with his Ultramarines. Awesome. Brother against brother. Alright, so we got basic board setup. How all this stuff works. Heresy Unheralded. These must be actual scenarios. Yep. There's that old school picture of the Golden Throne. I love the old school artwork. I mean, all this stuff was in the Second Ed stuff and in the Rogue Trader stuff and all that, but that's a classic picture too. Alright. So that's the scenarios, guys. Awesome. Let's dig into the meat of this. So, counters. Sweet. This is the actual game board. So there it is. That's the board. So these weird holes you see here are actually for the building. They gave you these sets of plastic buildings that come with it. And I assume different scenarios use different buildings, so of course we've got that one fits there, as you can see. These little guys fit kind of up in here, like that. So I assume basically you lay out a map, and then you're fighting over, well, this is obviously Imperial Palace. We've got all these little fortifications surrounding it. Spaceport Democles, Spaceport Primus, blah blah blah, so I assume that's where your ships are going to land and all that stuff. Again, I haven't read through the mechanics of this, but it looks like here we've got the Vengeful Spirit, so I assume that is Horus's actual spacecraft. Of course, you know, the storyline being of the Emperor and Sanguinius and all those guys board in order for the final battle between the Emperor and Horus, so I would assume, again it's assumptions, but this board game will tell the story of the Siege of Terra, so that leading up to the final battle between the Emperor and Horus, which is pretty damn cool. Again, I think it's going to take hours to run through all those scenarios, but whatever. So this is cool that this was still included in there. Probably came with the original game. Fantasy Flight Games Summer 2009 new releases. So that tells me right there, even though the copyright on this says 93 to 2010, 2009 new releases. So that means this probably came out either late 2008, like this box was actually manufactured late 2008 or early 2009, for all you old hammer folks who actually care what the dates are on these things. So, here we go. Oh, there's that Imperial Palace right there. Awesome. Alright, so the actual game pieces, that's awesome. So we got a lot of the counters that I guess have already been popped out by whoever originally owned this. Yep, so we've got the tokens for the characters there. I see Horus there. That looks like Angron probably right there. That's pretty cool, alright. Now the miniatures. Let's pull a couple of these out. So here we got some Chaos Demons and some Chaos Space Marines. Get that in nice and close for you guys. There we go. Pretty cool, right? Actually, let's pull them out. There they are, Chaos Space Marines. Somebody's already put a World Leaders token on there. Kind of silly looking miniatures, but so they're a little bit bigger than epic scale. Even though there's only 2 Marines depicted, I assume this is like Risk, where like this is like a company or whatever. Sweet. With the Imperial Army, some Chaos Cultists, awesome. Now everything's color coded, as far as I could tell, or at least 4 colors. So I imagine that would be the 4 Chaos Powers, and then all the Imperial stuff looks like it's gray. So let's pull out a couple of these just to show you guys what the miniatures kind of look like. Or the game pieces, I should say. So there's some more Space Marines, very similar to the Chaos Space Marines, without the spikiness. Here's a Titan, sweet. Imperial Titan, awesome. And it looks like it comes with all kinds of like orbital defense cannons and crap like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's basically the box, guys. I mean, there's a whole bunch more miniatures here and bases and stuff that the miniatures go on, but for the most part, that is, yeah, that is the bulk of it. So cool, so there it is, guys, the Horus Heresy board game from the 90s, well, I guess 90s and early 2000s. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was actually, I guess, just a little blast from the past for you guys who are, you know, still with us from 2nd edition or further up. I guess 2010 isn't that long ago, but 93 sure as hell is. So I thought that was a wicked cool board game. I had never seen anything like that until it came into our possession, so I thought it would be wicked cool to share it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Check out future Relics of the Dark Age videos. Also, if you want, you can check out the past Relic of the Dark Age videos right there, if you want to see all the other cool old school stuff that I've done up until now. So that's basically it for now, and until our next encounter.
Like a monkey in a rocket on its way back home. Okay.